Welcome back to the Mindful Spoon, the place where you heal your gut and you feed your soul. And today's topic is a little bit personal because it's all about how we as people compare ourselves. And I think a lot of times for women, it can be kind of hard to see the way that we're portrayed on media, to see the way that we're portrayed in movies, because a lot of times we see the whole storyline where two girls are fighting over a guy and then they try to compare each other as to who's best. And I feel like there's a lot of pressure within that, and I think there's a lot of pressure for anyone just because of the way society is right now. There is such like a hype culture, and there's such like a culture of like being rich and looking a certain way and being a certain way when in reality it's not normal. So today's video I'm going to share a little bit of how comparing yourself can harm you and just ways that you can create better habits and in the long run maybe create a fully stable mentality that does not require you to always be comparing yourself. So let's get started. Comparison kills the joy of achievement. You do something that you're really proud of, and then you see someone else do something even better that they're showing online, social media, whatever, and that completely just brings your self-esteem down, and it makes you think that you might be just not enough, or what you've done, the achievement that you worked so hard for, has not been enough compared to what they've done. Comparison will simply just lead you to believe that you are not enough. And I think it's awful because I feel like no achievement should be measured as to which one's better and which one's worse, because every achievement is different and we don't know what it took that person to get there or what they've gotten to do to get there, what they've like sacrificed to do to get there. So I think what could help with this is creating maybe a list of things that you're really proud of yourself for. Maybe every month you can do this and kind of reflect past on the month and see what you've worked on and what you've achieved. And I think along with that, you can also create a list of things and experiences that you've liked to go through, because that reduces the chances of you discouraging yourself. Being able to reflect back on what you've worked on and what you want to do in the future keeps you focused. So always remember that what you're doing is for yourself and for your own good, and that you are enough. Comparing yourself can also lead you to a lack of creativeness and new ideas. Really, when you're comparing yourself, all you're thinking and worrying about is, what are they doing? What ideas are they doing? What can I grasp from that? Why is that better than what I was thinking of? Why did they just steal my idea? I was just thinking about that, now they're doing it. Sometimes we really just need to distance ourselves from the people that we most compete with, the people that we most compare ourselves with. And to do that, you need to spend more time with yourself. You need to spend more time reflecting and let creativity sprout out of you. Let me tell you, new ideas, creativity is not going to surge out of you when you're comparing yourself, or when you're feeling down and you're putting yourself down, you're feeling sorry about yourself. It's good to sympathize with yourself for a while, but do not dwell on that moment. Having a lack of creativity and only focusing on other people's creativity can lead you to believe that their life is perfect, that they're always creative, and that they don't have struggles or problems or things that they go through, when in reality could be the complete opposite, and you might not know. They could be so good at hiding it. Speaking of lack of creativity, another thing that happens when you compare yourself is you have no action. You produce nothing because you are constantly focused on someone else's work. And when there's no action, there's no progress. So it's a key to remember to focus. I think it's important to practice and to discipline your mind to think that not everyone's life is the same and no one is above you. It shouldn't matter that they're successful. It should only matter to you if you really care about the person and you feel good for them. But if there's some random person and you're just jealous of their success, you're ultimately just hurting yourself. All I'm saying is that their success shouldn't be an issue unless it's hurting you. However, like I mentioned earlier, you can hurt yourself by comparing yourself to someone else. Make sure you focus on the importance of the journey and everything that it entails. Another thing that I want to touch upon is feeling good for others. Earlier I mentioned how it's okay to feel good for the people you care about, and it's okay to even feel good for strangers. When you genuinely feel good for someone, good things will happen to you. Remember, you can only control your own life. Don't spend your life putting others and yourself down by criticizing. This often can make us insecure and defensive. It's also important to remember that getting what you want sometimes is not going to bring you complete and total happiness. And seeing someone else having your dream car, when you get that chance to have that dream car, it might not bring you the same happiness that you thought it would. And sometimes when things don't happen the way that we want to, it's for a reason, because we're rerouted to the way that we're supposed to, that we're probably destined to be at. Remember that you have to find happiness and peace within yourself before you can go out there and really try to give that to the world. The next thing is getting busy. I feel like every time that I went in and compared myself to someone else or to something else or whatever it is, it was all because I had no intention in what I was doing, and also because I was just not busy. And I'm not saying like be super productive to the point where like I have nothing else to do or like time for myself. I'm talking about like getting busy and getting focused on your goal and your life and the people that you care about. This can indicate that we're not taking enough action, or we're not open to learning a lot of things. We're just open to negativity, really. We're not welcoming positivity, knowledge, and intelligence and all that stuff. Another good thing is seeing the complete picture. When you are a little bit more realistic and you see that perhaps the person that has this thing that you really want is probably not the happiest with it, it can lead you to create more of an acceptance. I'm not talking about staying comfortable, but I'm talking about creating an acceptance and creating a plan to move forward. Like I mentioned just a minute ago, accept where you are right now. When you're in the present moment, you're more likely to be grateful for the small things, which can lead you to be a little bit more motivated, which can lead to action, which action is everything. You can manifest as much as you want. You can try to like bring things into existence as much as you want, but you have to put in the work for it as well. The last thing I wanted to mention is kind of a hard pill to swallow for me, because my life has always kind of been like this, especially in my school years, but it's important to remember that life is not a competition. Remember that you always have to be patient with yourself and be kind to yourself, because your body cannot do many things at once. As much as we would like to, we cannot. And it is important to also take some time for yourself every once in a while, because I feel like our society right now is so like next, like what's going on next. It's so like so much about the future, really, and you're never really in the present moment, and that can cause a lot of anxiety, that can cause a lot of overwhelming feelings. So reminding yourself that life is not a competition, life is just a journey. I sound very hippie-ish, but I'm like being serious. Life is just a journey, and it's just all about focusing on the journey and all about focusing on enjoying the moments within that journey and not really having like an end point to everything. When you see it more of like a journey, it creates a lot more ease in your mind. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, where we post daily affirmations and we post a bunch of really cool stuff. We've been posting, I really want to start posting more sound baths because I got a lot of good feedback from that, so I will probably be doing that every Friday maybe. I'm saying maybe just in case some Fridays I don't, but this Friday I think I will be doing one, so make sure to tune in there. And don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let me know, what do you do to not be so overwhelmed? What do you do to pull yourself out of that competitive state? And also don't forget to like this video and subscribe and click on the notification button, and I will see you on our next video, which is going to be this Saturday. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.